Welcome back to Let's Play Shuffle. It's been about a week, most likely, since I last recorded for it. Toshiba, why'd you always do that every time, man? Even when you don't pop up partway on the screen, you just the sound effect is here randomly even in my Persona 4 LP, because as I record the footage onto the laptop, it ends up making that sound effect. But anyway, I was gonna have to deal with this at all. Speaking of Persona 4, I've recorded over 30 parts now, so that's a lot in advance. I haven't even uploaded part 1 yet, because I'm saving that till after the Final Fantasy 8 LP is completed. Got a recording of the Final Fantasy 8, it's just the uploading now. And Ocarina of Time, which once that's finally all uploaded, which shouldn't take very long now, it's only got 2 parts left as of the point I'm recording this at anyway. So after that will be Pokemon Emerald, and I've got 6 parts recorded so far. And basically those 2 LPs are the ones I've been focusing on lately, so I haven't really got around to recording for this as a result. Besides, it's once every 2-day upload kind of thing for this, so I don't need to worry about it as much as other ones. Well, even the other ones I don't have to worry about. I've got a lot recorded in advance. At least for Persona 4, I mean, wow. Well, anyways, where do we leave off here? Cookies?
さっきの時間ね、ちょうど家庭科だったの。
He finally got them! I saw a set of perfectly baked cookies wrapped inside the white napkin. The round sugar cookies and chocolate chip cookies smelled amazing. Wow, you bake these?
結構よくできてるでしょ。
They look excellent. I broke off a piece of one and tossed it inside my mouth. I tasted a sweet and crunchy texture inside my mouth. It was almost like eating something from a professional bakery. This tastes like a pro made it.
そう言ってもらえると作ってきた甲斐があったかな。
I thought she was a professional though.
朝ちゃんの作るクッキーは絶品ですから。
Kariha Senpai smiled as she put her hands together in front of her chest as if she was the one being complimented. Are you sure I can have all these cookies? I'm sure everyone would love them. Asas Senpai's face turned red.
だってほら、せっかく作ったのに同性にあげてもつまらないじゃない。でも男の子の知り合いって僕、りんちゃんくらいしかいないし。
She started to fluster.
彼は何も言わなくていいから。
ママ。
朝ちゃん、もう少し素直になられてもいいですのに。何を素直になれっていうのよ、あなたは。朝ちゃんは人気者ですから、当然男の子のお友達もたくさんいらっしゃるんですよ。なのに私が尋ねてもリンさんの名前しか出てこないんですから。
What?
違うからね。ただリンちゃん以上に親しい友人がいないっていうだけで、やっぱりこういうのは仲いい人にあげるものだと思うしね。だから彼はの言うことは無視して、そこ何かをあからめてるのよ。朝ちゃんったらまあ、とにかく用は済ませたんだから戻るからね。はい。それじゃあね、りんちゃん。
Asas Senpai grabbed Kariha Senpai's hand and forcefully dragged her away. Nothing new about those two. They're always crazy. Anyway, I was happy to receive these cookies. At long last, we finally got cookies. We were promised those a long time ago. I neatly wrapped them back up and headed toward the classroom. It was after school. We were all bored and walking around the station together. There wasn't as much there along the Sunlight Way, but there were plenty of stores to browse around here as well. It wasn't supposed to be hanging out with them like this, but I figured it was still important to feel relaxed.
それでプリムラちゃんだっけ？どうなの？
What about her?
年齢的には私たちと変わらないんでしょ？やっぱり恋愛対象になったりとか。りんくん、リムちゃんのこと好きになっちゃったの？ かといえば優しいお兄ちゃんと妹といった感じでしょうか。
She may be around the same age as us, but what can I expect from that immature appearance?
すみません、気が動転してしまいまして。
So I imagine when we get around to that route, he'll probably be awkward as all hell, I imagine.
甘いな。幼さの中にこそ隠れた美というものもあるっていうのに。
緑葉くんは少しくらい気にした方がいいと思うけど。
As we walked down the street, I could hear someone calling my name.
はあ、りっちゃんだ。
I heard a bright, innocent voice. There was only one person I knew who spoke like that. I looked at Kaide beside me, and she looked at me as if she was thinking the same thing. This is really random, but earlier, well, actually not very long ago, I was like on Google Translate, and just like, okay, let's type in some random names of these characters here, see how it's pronounced. And like, I've already forgotten how Shia's one went. The Shian is something I can't remember. It's a pain in the ass. And Nerine's one isn't pronounced like that either. I can't remember. Nerine? Something like that. I don't know. And like, I did the one for Kaide and it didn't sound right in English. It's like, wait, is that? But I can hear them clearly say Kaide. I'm not sure how it was. Maybe it was correct. But then when I clicked on the Japanese, it showed it right there. Kaide. It was like, yep, that's it. Click on like to listen to it, and it just like, Press it again. Press it again. It's like, you're not even pronouncing it. You're just going, It made no sense to me. We turned towards the voice at the same time. As we predicted, a pretty innocent girl was standing there. Wait, you're that chick that was in the credits that one time, and I was like, who the hell are you? Well, I don't know if it was accurate to call her pretty. Hello, it's been a while.
こんにちは。かえちゃんもお久しぶりです。もうあーちゃんに聞いたけど、この前来てくれたんだって。ずるいなあ、僕がいない時にばっかり。りっちゃんもかえちゃんも遠慮しないでどんどん遊びに来てね。
Introduce yourself, please. Who the hell are you, and why does Rin and Kaide know you? Okay.
またお邪魔させてもらいます。
The next moment, Itsuki walked up to the girl and took her hands.
これからちょうどお茶を飲みに行くところなんですが、お嬢さん、もしよければ俺様たちと一緒にいかがですか？
Of course, he'd try something instantly.
ああ、始まった。土見くんも猛獣の前に餌をぶら下げるような真似しちゃって。
The pretty girl responded shyly to Itsuki's action.
お嬢さんですか？ちょっと嬉しいかも。
I'm trying to think of a character that'd be really bad for him to try anything on. Well, if he tried, like, say, Mike Kawasumi from Canon, he probably might regret that, depending on how extreme it is. Otherwise, she'd be oblivious. But if he does try anything, he'll pretty much have a sword to his throat and be shitting himself. And... I wonder how you... what was her name again? I just remember her last name. Kuragaya from Little Busters. I wonder how she'd react, because she's a bit different to your usual character. She's kind of like a perv. It's just like perv versus pervert. How would that go down there?
いやー、リンも人が悪いね。ただでさえ身近に可愛い子ばかり揃えておきながら、まだこんなに可愛い子が知り合いにいたなんて。
僕って可愛いです？
それはもう厳しいで有名な俺様の美少女センサーで90点は楽々超えていますよ。
そんなこと言われたの初めてだから照れちゃいますね。
初めて？周囲には随分と見る目のない男性が多かったんですね。
I think he'll be shocked when he finds out who she is.
あのね、いつきくん、この人は
That's a senpai's mum.
は？
え？アサス先輩ってリン様と楓さんのお知り合いの
Yep, in other words, she's a woman with a child around our age. Everyone went rigid. It's just like, what? Asas Mother smiled as their mouths gulped like goldfish. You serious, man? Serious? She looks around the same age as everyone else. I guess that's why they're shocked. And with the clothes like that, just like, it reminds me of Ayu from Canon.
はじめまして、しぐれアマです。いつもあーちゃんがお世話になってるみたいで、元気の余っちゃってる子ですけど、仲良くしてあげてくださいね。
お母さん？
一時の母？ずいぶんお若いんですね。
Well, you know, like you sometimes see like some Asians that like are apparently like 40 or so years old. You're just like, you don't look that. You look like you're in your 20s. I know. And then usually what happens is as soon as you get to a certain age, then just like wrinkles, just like, okay, full on assault.
よく言われるんですよ。これでも結構おばちゃんになっちゃったなって思ってるんですけど。これでおばちゃんって。
若い頃は一体。
りんちゃん、不老の魔法ってあったっけ？
You gotta think about it. There's a lot of people that don't seem to age much as well, other than Asians, like Will Smith and guys like that. Just like, does that guy ever age? You get these people like once you get to a certain point, they just look like they stop aging altogether.
いえ、ないはずです。
Ama-san bowed deeply to them while they continued to be in shock.
皆さんもぜひ遊びに来てくださいね。
She left after saying her goodbyes. I know you guys are all shocked.
私たちも初めて会った時は言葉を失いましたから。
She was telling the truth, that's why I understood how everyone could react like this. I could also see why Asa turned out the way she did after meeting her mom. That was certainly random, wasn't it?
ねえねえ、りんちゃんってすっごく歌うまいんでしょ？さっき聞いたんだけど、魔界の方だと天使のカネーなんて呼ばれてたって。いえ、それは。お願い、私たちぜひ聞いてみたいの。
It was lunch break. I heard a conversation as I returned from getting something to drink from the vending machine. The Angel's Bell, huh? I remembered how I should check the pronunciation again at some point, was singing in the park. She had such a clear singing voice which could be heard all the way in the residential area. That voice deserved to be called the Angel's Bell. Though calling the devil singing the Angel's Bell, I don't even know who actually came up with it, but whoever did that had a great sense of humor.
申し訳ありません。
It looked like negotiations had broken down. Renee apologized to her disappointed girls. As she bowed deeply to express her apology, the negotiations ended. So she refused. She certainly could sing, but I didn't know why she was so bashful about it in front of others. She was having so much fun singing too. I reached for my drink while watching watching Narini leave the classroom. Really is. This whole thing is just random scene after random scene, with occasional plot.
まあとにかくだ。アルバイトしようが純粋性交友しようが構わん。私からあえて言いたいことは一つ。ちゃんと節度を持て。
ええ、よくわかってますからご安心を。
どうやらちゃんと成長はしているようだな。名指しをされる前に自分から認めるとは。
いつも通りの節度ある行動を取らせていただきます。
まるでいつも節度があるみたいに聞こえる。どこぞの審査機構に訴えられる前に訂正するように。
The semester's closing ceremony, aka the annual Lullaby Festival, was now over. I think some people were actually sleeping. The customary comic dialogue between Miss B and Itsuki took place, providing the ceremony with its must-see event. I don't need to say anything about my report card. It was actually okay, and I did pretty decently by my standards. The semester had finally come to an end.
リンク。
Please leave him alone. He fought bravely. Of course he had to win, but he still lost. However, everyone will remember how brave he was, right?
でも
It'll be too cruel to remind him. Let's just not say anything. By tomorrow, he'll find himself stronger. I know he will.
はい、そうですね。辛い時だからこそ一人でいたい時ってありますもんね。
That's right. That's exactly what he's going through right now.
まゆみ、夏休みの補習確定なんだって。おめでとう。うちのクラスからは2人しかいないらしいから、まさに双璧だったってことだね。
Now that was on purpose. I recognized the person, but it was someone I really didn't want to deal with just then. But suddenly she turned around and our eyes met.
リンちゃん？
She called my name while looking as if she'd been caught doing something she wasn't supposed to. Since that day, I just didn't feel comfortable seeing her. Asas, Senpai.
リンちゃん。あのさ、今日これから暇かな？
You know, about the whole Senpai thing, how come sometimes I see it spelled with an N and other times with an M? Is there no correct is it like just two versions of you can spell it as and neither is right or wrong, or are they both right or what? I have no idea. Today? Yeah, I guess I am free, but
だったらそのせっかく自由を獲得したんだし、これからケーキ食べに行かない？もちろんおごっちゃうから。
I reached a decision after thinking for a bit. Maybe this was a good chance for us to go back to how we used to be. Besides, we couldn't keep being awkward like this forever. Well, I'm always happy if someone else is paying. Okay, I'll be glad to go with you. It had been a while since I saw her smile. She took my arm in hers. She leaned up extremely close to me, and my arm was screaming for joy as it sat right on her vulturous chest. What? We were welcomed by the air conditioning as soon as we walked into the restaurant. Wait, isn't this that one restaurant? Well, cafe, it says in the background. That said, it was unusually empty. I hardly saw any customers. Bullshit! It's the same freaking, maybe even more than last time. I figured there'd be more people from the academy here, given that the end of semester ceremony just wrapped up.
さっさと帰っちゃったのかもよ、遊ぶために。いらっしゃいませ。
A familiar girlish voice greeted us.
頑張ってるみたいね。はい、とっても楽しく働かせていただいてますわ。あさちゃんはリンさんとデート？どうでしょうね、リンちゃん。
She grabbed hold of my arm even harder. I felt a little embarrassed because I could feel myself blushing. No, we're just making a stop on our way home, that's all.
だって。まあ、あさ 朝ちゃんたら残念そうです。やっぱりデートなのですわね。
I think I already told you it's not.
兄さんたら照れられてますの。
Seriously, that catchphrase. Mama! It's no use, she's out of control.
兄さんと朝ちゃん、お似合いですわ。とりあえず適当な席座っちゃうからね。
Leaving Garia Senpai behind in her own little world, we went ahead and seated ourselves.
ご注文はこちらで全てお揃いですか？
Her face is, Garia Senpai was so upbeat, I guess her switch was still on even though she came back down to earth.
揃いましたから仕事に戻りましょうね。
Even as the senpai was getting a little irritated and tried to make her leave. Yeah, that face said it all, really, didn't it? It's like, When Garia senpai is like this, it's the best thing to do.
ご安心ください。お二人の邪魔はいたしませんから。
It's no use. We watched her leave our table walking backwards.
すいません。コーヒーおかわりお願いします。はい、かしこまりました。
Garia senpai finally responded to the other customer's call. She picked up the coffee pot and went to her table.
お姉ちゃん。
As I turned in the direction of Garia senpai's voice. What? What? Every man's dream right in front of him. You, that kid is gonna grow up to be a man.
うわあ、あの子なかなかやるわよね。
A perverted man. I don't know if we should be just watching this.
お姉ちゃんはしましまなんだね。こういうことをされてしまうと困ってしまいますわね。
What?
どうしましょう。
She just kind of stand there just like, I'm kind of, I don't know what to do. Stop the kid? You know, it's kind of weird really. Usually, you know, boys of that age are just like, girls, ew! But this one's just like, oh yeah! Maybe it was just me, but she didn't seem to be too concerned. Is she really that concerned?
一応困ってはいるみたいだけど、まあ枯葉だし。
It's a good thing there aren't too many customers. She isn't attracting too much attention. If there were more male customers though, things would be very different.
こらマサト。すいません。
A woman who was apparently his mother ran up to him. As soon as the child noticed her, he let go of Garia senpai's skirt. Kinda looks like a young Tomoya in a way. Sort of. Not really, because he's got the blue hair, but I think his hairstyle is a bit different.
マサト何をやってるの？だってお姉ちゃん綺麗なんだもん。まあ、ありがとうございます。
Just like, thank you for lifting my skirt because you thought I was pretty.
そんなの理由にならないでしょ。申し訳ありません、本当に。きっちりと叱って二度としないように言い聞かせますので。いや、子供の大ないいたずらですもの。あまり怒らないであげてくださいませね。
I'm sure she really meant it too. She walked away from the table with a smile. Then she returned to ours.
なかなか絶景だったわよ、彼は。あさちゃん、意地悪ですわ。リンさんにも見られてしまいました。
I'm sorry.
すぐに忘れてくださいませね。
She looked so cute when she pouted. Hey, it's you two again. The two kings were waiting for us when we got home. Gentlemen, what's going on here? That's the way I voiced that. Gentlemen, what's going on here? They looked unusually serious and I could feel something different in the air.
リンちゃん、よく聞いてほしいんだけどね。
Yes. The king of the devils got close to me.
海に行こうじゃないか。
The noble king of the devils said something very out of character. How's out of character? He was out of character the first time we saw him. You've done a great job.
待てやリンダも
A huge hand grabbed my shoulder. You know, this route feels a lot longer than Kaida's route. I mean, Kaida's route started around about right after the beach thing, and like this route started quite a ways before that. He spoke calmly, but he sounded maliciously intense.
夏といえば海、海といえば家族旅行、家族旅行といえば家族団らん。一家の大黒柱としてこの大イベントを無視するわけにはいかれんだ。
What he was saying wasn't noble at all.
リンちゃん、海に行こうじゃないか。
海に行こうぜ。
You two, their eyes were telling me that if I refused, I'd be dead for sure. It's a bit extreme, isn't it?
なお、できるのならば綺麗なお嬢さん方を大勢呼んでくれたまえ。
ああ、綺麗どころが多いに越したことはねえな。
Okay, I'll ask everyone so, maybe next week. The two smiled wryly, but maybe it will be fun to go to the beach with everyone. Rubina Academy's pool is opening soon too, but I decided not to tell them about it. You know, with like how early on Asa Senpai's route started, I thought this scene wouldn't even happen
という
again.
わけでだ。本日よりプール開きと相なるわけだが。
I kind of assumed we like further into the plot, but wow, this route's a lot longer.
人間には三大欲求の他に理性というものが存在することを忘れないように。いいな、緑場。
ベニー女子、今の言い方だと俺様だけが異常性欲の持ち主だという風に聞こえるんですけれど。
ああ、そいつはすまんな。少し分かりにくかったか。
さすがはベニー女子、話が分かりますね。
だからズバリその通りだと言ってるんだよ。
With these words from Miss B, Rubina Academy's pool was officially open. At 50 degrees Celsius, it was a beautiful day. Everyone began jumping into the blue water as if they'd been waiting for this moment, which they pretty much were.
今年もやっとこの季節が来たわね。やっぱり夏といえばプールと海、それと祭りにかき氷よね。
You know, Asa Senpai, didn't say this last time, but what the hell is with yours there? What's up with that? Well, whatever.
アサちゃんは夏が大好きですものね。もちろん。日本人として生まれたからにはやっぱり夏が似合わないと。
I don't get it, but I agree.
同じく激しく同意だね。やはり夏、薄着になる夏、水着の夏、素晴らしきプロポーションが惜しげもなくさらけ出される夏。特に今日は学園の綺麗どころがほぼ全員勢ぞろい。
Please don't do anything illegal. I told him the same thing last year, and you told him the same thing last time we saw the scene. It was only during this time of the year that I wished I didn't know him.
どうかなお嬢さん方、もしよろしければ俺様と一緒に。ああ、ダメか。仕方ないね、それじゃあ。いや、確か隣のクラスの毒人参さんだよね。どうだい、俺様だったら君の自己ベストを5秒は。
緑場、ナンパをするなとは言わんから、もう少しぐらい遠慮しろ。
He was in his element. The sight of him hitting on girl after girl truly displayed his reason for existing.
リンくん、泳がないの？
Sure, I'll be right there. I saw Shia having fun in the water. I raised my hand and headed poolside, getting closer to her. There were others who were also having lots of fun.
ねえねえリンくん、なんで休みに入ってからプール開きなの？深海でもいろいろ人間界のこと調べてきたけど、他の学校ってもっと早いよね。
If you want the answer to that, then she's the one to tell you, right, Mayumi?
はいはい、お任せなのですよ。まあシアちゃんの言う通り、本来ならこんな時期のプール開きっていうのは十分遅いわけ。 でもね、これには2つほど理由があるのですよ。1つは季節の問題。我が国には6月下旬から7月上旬まで梅雨という時期があるわけなのですが、見ての通り当学園のプールには屋根がございません。これだけのプールを作っておいてなんで屋根がないのかもわからないけれど、とりあえずはそのために天気の不安定な時期には中止になる場合も多々あるわけでして。
どうせ濡れるんだし、別に中止にしなくたっていいのに。雨でも雷でもどんと来いよね。
You know, I think I've said this before, but I remember this one time when I was just out in the garden in a pool and it was started raining and I was just like, I don't even give a fuck. Just like sitting there on like an inflatable chair, just like, I don't give a fuck. I had a coat on and everything, just like, yep, this is how much fucks I give. Hailstones coming down, like, oh fuck it, get back indoors.
さすがに雷はまずいのでは。
No, hailstones where you draw the line, man.
で、もう一つが学校行事の問題。私たち学生にとって最も大切で最も恐ろしい行事、すなわちテスト。7月に入るとすぐに試験前になっちゃうわけじゃない。で、テストが終わればすぐに夏休み。つまりは7月あたりに開放したところでテスト勉強がおろそかになるだけで意味がないと。まあ以上の理由によりこの学園のプール開きは夏休みに入ってからというわけなのですよ。まあ9月になれば水泳の授業もあるけどね。
なんか納得できるようなできないような微妙な理由。
Still, you're free to use it, so why bother complaining?
そうかも。すいません、遅くなりました。あ、りんちゃん水着新しいの買ったんだ。はい、以前使っていたものが胸が苦しくなってしまったので。あゆみちゃん、しっかりしてください。まゆみさん、どうかされましたか？
Don't worry, just leave her alone for now. I don't think you should go.
それはどういう？
Sometimes fish in reality can be very cruel. Now, is it just me or does, like, the way your boobs are like that just look awkward to the side there, or what? You have something that Miami doesn't. Summer is the season when it's out there for everyone to see.
つまりね、胸の大きさ。
How could you be so insensitive? Here I am trying hard not to really say it. I'm sorry for having bigger boobs than everyone here. Well, actually, no, not really. Miss B has the biggest boobs. Is that what? Wait, no, it's because her name begins with a B. But you could also say Miss Boobs. She'd smack you, though. Not everyone's the same, life isn't fair.